Deal McKinney.
Deal McKinney. Now, what's the name of this building?
Black Tie Fair.
Black Tie. He's such a gentleman, okay? Where's the red carpet? He need his red carpet.
So we did at Louisville at Mid-America, we did park it on red carpet with velvet ropes and gold stanchions all the way around the truck.
Oh, wow. And your dad said there's some cufflinks on here.
The valve stem caps look like cufflinks on a suit. If you'll look at that, all valve stem caps match. They look like cufflinks.
Oh, I love it.
And we have on the back of the truck is Marilyn Monroe. She's all hand painted on the back of the truck.
Really?
And I had Dane Nelson do a Marilyn Monroe etched glass on the passenger side. For the port window, you'll see she's etched in the window.
Love it. I love it. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I seen that y'all last night. Right here.
It is on the caps.
So how many trucks do your dad have?
Between me and him, we're running about 18 trucks.
Yeah, he did say that.
We
18.
got 3 owner operators, 2, and then between my trucks and his, about 18.
Now, how old are you?
24.
24? You still a baby?
Just a little guy.
Oh, wow.
Just a little guy.
How long you been in trucking, watching your dad?
Oh, I've been around it. Whenever he was still one truck operation, he would back his truck in the driveway on Wednesday afternoon generally, and then every day whenever he got home on Saturday morning, he'd drop his trailer and back the truck in the driveway, and we'd wash his truck, he'd slide under it and adjust his brakes, and then we could start our weekend. So I've been around it my whole life.
Whole life.
But I only started driving whenever I was 20. I started hauling grain at 20 years old. So
wow.
I've been doing it about 4 years now, a little over 4 years now.
Now, are you the baby, or how many sons?
There's 2 of us. I have an older brother, he's 30.
Okay.
And he runs the dispatch office. So my mom does billing and payroll. My brother does the dispatching. My fiance, we just opened a brokerage, and so she's running a brokerage.
So it's a whole family business.
It's a whole family
People
business.
don't understand how much this industry can feed that family.
It's always fed my family good, and here's kind of where we butted heads a little bit. Neil was a hell of an electrician in high school, and I tried to push that. You need to go do that. Make good money, be home every night, be off every weekend, make $140,000 a year. And he came to me and he said, Dad, I just want a truck. That's all I want to do. I just want to drive a truck. And so he quit electrician, and he had an in the union and everything, and there was some bad stuff going on, and he came back and he said, I'm not doing that no more. I'm just going to truck. So I put him in a shop doing every shitty job I could find him to do.
Trying to get him out of it.
Yeah, he changed tires, wheel seals, polished trucks.
He was learning.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and so
That's it.
and so he when he turned 20, Alabama was one of the last few states that you couldn't get your CDL until you were 21. Well, they changed it right after he turned 20, but I couldn't put him on my insurance. So he pulled a hopper bottom for a buddy of ours all summer long in a clapped out POS International.
Love it.
No air conditioner, no nothing. And we run all cool Peterbilts, you know. And then so the day he turned 21 on a Friday, or on Monday, I called the insurance guy, and we'd already built the other truck for him, Lucille. And I called the insurance guy and I said, how much it gonna cost? And he told me, and I said, all right, well, add him. And I come out of my office and I looked at him, I said, well, you're on the insurance. And I told his mama, I said, load the truck. And so she loaded it, and I got some cigarettes, and I went out back and I started smoking again. I'd been quit for like 3 years.
Oh, Lord, you got
Yeah, I got
nervous,
nervous. So yeah, so I mean, he's been trucking since he turned 21 on Friday, and he loaded Monday night.
Are you serious?
Love every minute of it.
I
I
do
wish
too.
I had 10 guys that were as enthusiastic as he is about it. I just have 10 trucks. So he loves, I mean, and so the first full week he come in, and he come in on on Friday. The first week was Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
so he only really trucked about 2.5, 3 days.
Yeah.
The first full week, I told his mom, I said, you hammer his ass. And so she
I
did.
took like 3,000 miles that week, kicked 10 loads off. I mean,
But
I
it's
run
okay,
my
though.
ass off.
I know you did.
And so he come in and he's sitting in the office and he's just, and I said, what's the matter, son? He goes, I'm tired. I said, get used to it. You're going to be tired for the next 40 years.
But you love it.
I love it. You know, and I tell him all the time, I quit this job 6 times before noon on a regular basis, and then there's some days that I cannot get enough of it.
And you can't get from behind that wheel.
Yeah, I cannot get enough of it.
I love it too. I got my bachelor's in criminal justice, and he started trucking first, and I seen that he was able to find a job immediately. And then I said, I'm gonna go get my CDL. And when I got behind the steering wheel, I fell in love with it, and I never looked back. And I just kept growing. I started making content. I'm growing. And then now I became the person I am today because I love it so much. Hey, how you doing? I love it so much. I love it. It's like a high.
You know, I hear, and like I've heard the saying before, and I heard it a lot whenever I started the electrical gig. You know,
she did actually. You okay? I'm listening.
Say trucking's like the mafia. You can't ever get out of it. You know too much.
Know.
And so we actually started and it started out as just some BS, but everything that we put on social media is always hashtag McKinley Mafia.
Really?
And so everything we post is hashtag McKinley Mafia.
I love that,
and
though.
So it kind of just stuck. We showed up to a show in Sykeston one time, and now a really good buddy of ours jumps out of his truck and he goes, I'll be damned if the Mafia didn't show up today. And so we've been thick as thieves ever since, and it's good.
You're right. It's like the Mafia.
It is.
And you make so much money. You can make some money.
Don't tell him about that. I only pay him like 12 cents a month.
Oh, Lord, your daddy, you did. Quit your daddy right now. But you do it because you love it.
There's good days and bad in it all.
Good and bad, yeah.
There's no money in this, son.
Yeah, this sucks.
But I love it.
So.
And now, one more thing before we go. You was able to customize this yourself, right?
So we ordered the truck factory 300-inch wheelbase.
I remember he told me.
5-inch car hauler front axle on air. So it drops the front axle 5 inches, so whenever I can dump the air, I can get it low. We ordered it no cab lights, just solid black. The frame sleeved from about the middle of the bunk to the front axle. So it's got a double frame sleeve in it.
Yeah.
The truck, with being an X, come with polished front fenders in the front, and just quarter fenders in the back. And so it didn't have any cab lights on it. It was
None
pretty.
of that. It was just a dry whistle.
Yep.
So Rush Nashville, Peterbilt of Nashville, does all of our paint work, and they painted the stripes and the fenders and the trailer and everything like that. So we have to tip our hat to Rush Nashville for doing all of our paint work for us.